Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chemistry and Biology Concepts HSTR-2022-23 about the class chapter Ecology and Ecosystem. In this class, we will discuss about the detailed study about the components of ecosystem, biomes, pyramids, food chain and food web. So coming to the introduction part of the ecosystem. Before learning this ecosystem, we have to know the definition of ecology. The branch of biology which deals with the study of ecosystem, we call it as ecology. Nothing but the detailed study about the environment, we call it as ecology, and ecosystem means the interaction between the living and the non-living constituent of the environment, we call it as ecosystem. So this is about the ecology and the ecosystems. So coming to the next very important concept, that is about the degradation. It is classified into two types: biodegradable substance and the non-biodegradable substance. In the nature there is two types of a substance that can be degraded. So this we call it as a degradation. Biodegradable substance and non-biodegradable substances. That means biodegradable, that means the name itself suggesting that bio means living forms. So degradation occur with the help of a living organism, that is microorganisms. These kind of a degradation we call it as biodegradation. Example: paper, cloth, agricultural waste, home waste. So those are the substance which can be degraded by the microorganism, we call it as biodegradable substances. Non-biodegradable substances means the substances which are not degraded into harmless or simple forms by the action of the microorganisms. These we call it as a non-biodegradable substances. Example for non-biodegradable substance is DDT, plastic. DDT full form means dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. So coming to the difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable substance, that you have to learn properly. Here first I will discuss about the biodegradable waste. The waste are broken down naturally by the action of the microorganisms. And second thing is biodegradation forms harmless and non-poisonous products. They are release raw materials back to the nature. Again it will release the raw materials that will be given back to the nature. The polluted the environment only when they are produced in a quantity beyond the capacity of the environment to degrade them. So recycling is possible both naturally as well as through human efforts. This is about the biodegradable waste. When compared to the biodegradable, non-biodegradable waste is it is not broken by the action of the microorganism, first thing, and no such action is possible here in the non-biodegradable waste. They do not release raw materials, otherwise instead of that it will start releasing the harmful gases and pollute the environment. Then non-biodegradable waste pollute the environment even in a small quantity. So as I said, these non-biodegradable substance increases the pollution. Recycling is possible only through the human efforts. So coming to the next concept, that is the types of ecosystem. Types. There are so many types in this ecosystem. In that main very important type is two types: natural ecosystem and the artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem means the natural existing ecosystem without any human effort is called as natural. It is occurring in the nature naturally. That is terrestrial ecosystem, in that desert, grassland, forest, and aquatic ecosystem, nothing but so many aquatic forms you are going to get, like ponds, lakes, estuaries and the marine. You have learnt about this estuaries, that is nothing but the mixing up of salt water and the fresh water together, we call it as that is a estuary, the meeting point of the two kind of a water. So this is about the natural ecosystem, terrestrial and aquatic type. And coming to the artificial ecosystem, here artificial means artificial or man-made. With the help of a man, this ecosystem will going to be create. So this is about artificial ecosystem. Example for that is agricultural land, botanical garden, parks, that I have showed here in the picture. You can identify the difference between the artificial and the natural ecosystem. So these are the types of ecosystem. When compared to the types, now we are going to learn about the components of ecosystem. So coming to the components of ecosystem, there are mainly two main components you are going to get in the ecosystem, that is abiotic component and the biotic component. First we will discuss about the abiotic components. It is includes non-living components of the environment like water, light, air and temperature. These are the non-living component of the environment. We call it as abiotic components. So coming to the biotic component, it includes all the living organisms present in the ecosystem. Example, plants, animals and microorganisms. So this is about the biotic components. So these biotic components are again classified into three types. In that first one, producers. That is, these are the autotrophs. Autotrophs means which prepare their own food and they absorb radiant energy from the sun and produces organic compounds. These are the source of nutrition for the rest of the ecosystem, that is consumer and the decomposers. Here in the picture I have showed here. So how the producers depends on the sun for preparing their own food. So coming to the next concept, that is another one component of a ecosystem, that is consumer. Consumers means they are the heterotroph dependent on the producers. These consumers are dependent on the producers for their nutrition requirement, and consumers food prepared by producers. That is, example for these consumers are animals, humans. The consumers again classified into three types: primary consumer, secondary consumer and the tertiary consumers. Primary consumers means these are the consumers which depends primarily on the producers. Secondary consumers depends on primary consumers and tertiary consumers depends on the secondary consumers. Another sub three types of these consumers are herbivore, carnivore and the omnivores. Herbivores are depends on the producers for plant products for the food, and carnivores means these depends on the animals for food, and omnivores are depends on the producers, that is plants as well as the animals for food. Coming to the third biotic component, that is decomposers. These are the microorganisms which feeds on decaying and dead organic matter. That is nothing but these decomposers are the microorganisms which decomposes dead bodies of plants, animals present in the soil and helps in the cleaning the environment by removing the waste product. Hence they are called as a bioscavengers. So microorganisms are the bioscavengers. This one is they are going to ask in HSTR, very important. You have to remember this one. Microorganisms are bioscavengers. So that's all for today's concept. In the next class we will discuss about the pyramids, food chain and food web. I hope you guys understood the concept very well. If you are having any doubts, you can comment it in a comment box. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.